What's the deal, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about the impact of the Martin Show and why black people love it so much. So I was on Twitter a while ago and the black Twitter community was talking about our love for this show and why we love it so much. And the younger generation, they were inquiring, why y'all love this show so much? Like, why y'all so enamored with this show? What make this show so great? So I'm gonna break it down to y'all. First and foremost, the show was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious and comical, and I love it so much. I got the DVDs in my room so I can revisit those episodes. And I had it in college too, just when I got on hard times or when I was feeling homesick. Martin would make me laugh. So look, the show first aired in 1992. At the time, I wasn't even born yet. I was still in my mama's stomach. But 4 years prior to this, Eddie Murphy did Coming to America. Now, Eddie Murphy's Coming to America introduced the idea of a character, a main character, playing other different characters in the film, but he would have on makeup and costume design and all of that to try to become a whole different character. Martin brought that he took what Eddie Murphy did and brought it to television. And in this show, he played so many different characters. He played the over-the-top, the ghetto fabulous Shanae Jenkins. And Shanae was a neighbor that stayed across the hall from him. This Shanae character had like some crazy outlandish nails. She had all type of crazy slogans, the long hair and pulling her hair back, lucky. She was over the top, always talking crazy to Gina, to Pam, to Cole, to Tommy, and all of that. And it was absolutely funny. I remember the episode when she was wanting to date Kid from Kid and Play. And oh my God, she got to start singing Forever, my lady. She started singing Forever, Shanae. I'm like, come on, bro, this is crazy. But all in all, man, Martin's ability to play these different characters had us thinking about these characters as standalone characters. We didn't really think, like, I promise you, I really didn't think all the time, like, oh man, that's Martin being a fool. We knew it was Martin, but we thought of these characters as standalone characters sometimes because Martin was getting so into the character, especially like Shanae or Jerome or Mama Payne or Roscoe, the little boy, the snotty-nosed little boy that used to come to the door and flirt with Gina. These characters were relatable too because we all knew characters like this in real life. Now I didn't know no over-the-top pimp like what's my boy name? Not like Jerome. I didn't know no over-the-top pimp like Jerome, but I knew characters like people in the hood growing up that acted like Shanae. I knew characters that was like Roscoe, little boys running around the neighborhood with snotty nose, trying to flirt with all the older girls. I knew some old heads that were just crazy old heads, kind of like Uncle Otis. So this show made it relatable. Now, also, I think people love this show too because, like, it brought the black, like, it was TV with the black swagger. The black swagger was all present throughout the show. I always joke and I say, black people, we be so over the top when we be talking about certain events, when we trying to tell certain events happening or something like that. Or when we just we be just over the top when we be seeing people, we get excited. So when Martin come up in his, when he was talking to Tommy or something, and he'd be like, we stepping with the big dogs now. He'd be stomping and doing all type of over the top stuff. Or Martin in particular when he would use onomatopoeia. Now I said black people talking onomatopoeia. That's when you make sounds. So Martin be like, boom, so this happened. So bam, this happened. And people in the black community do that all the time. So that was cool and that was unique to bring to TV. And when Martin would get upset, he'd be punching at the air all the time and swinging in the air. Another example of, my people being like over the top or being extra funny or comical or over the top when we trying to explain the situation. And also the Martin Show showed a beautiful representation of a black couple loving each other and at the same time growing and elevating. We saw the early stages of Gina and Martin first dating and how they had a great love with each other. But at the same time, they could be funny with each other. They could crack jokes. They could always be silly and create some type of silly episode or something like that. It would be funny. It went through their adventures of a black couple, but at the same time, a black man with his friends in their everyday life. So, we saw when Martin and Gina first started dating to when he proposed to Gina. To when they first moved in with each other, stuff like that, man. It's made the show dope. And also I gotta throw in this tidbit. I didn't recognize it then, but Martin used to wear a lot of black college apparel. Like he was representing Morehouse, Tuskegee, he was representing Grambling on a TV show, he was representing FAMU on a TV show, he was representing Howard Hampton. He was wearing all the different sweaters of the black colleges. And I thought that was something that was dope. I don't even know if Martin came up with that, but whoever idea that was, thumbs up to y'all, because that was dope. And look, it's so many things that was relatable. First of all, the black man's love for his mother's cooking. When Martin used to be all excited to eat his mama's biscuits, he'd be, Gina, you know how I feel about my mama biscuits? Like, like for real. The black men, most black men I know love their mama cooking and would just die to have it again at any time. They're not living with their mama no more, but any chance they can get to eat their mama's cooking, they'll run to do it in a heartbeat. So I love that idea too, man. And yeah, we all have, like, okay, the other extra characters outside of the main cast. First of all, Bruh Man. Bruh Man is hilarious because look, Bruh Man used to come in their house, open their window, eat sandwiches, give them some food, give them something to drink, used to wear Martin clothes, wear Martin's robe, use the bathroom, everything. And that character was just so funny because like this man is just coming and letting himself in Martin's house and then letting himself extending himself to use everything that's in Martin's house. And it's funny because I think most people know a serial user. They don't mean no harm. They not mean people, not mean-spirited people, but they just serial users. They just use folks. And that's what Bruh Man represented. Even the main character like Tommy and like Cole. Cole, we all got a friend who don't got the best common sense in the world. He don't got that much common sense, or he or she don't got that much common sense, but you love them dearly because they them. And you know, they're just your friend. You just got a love for them. So Cole on the show, and even Pam, your lady might have friends that you like, man, I can't stand her. We always joking on each other, ragging on each other, or whatever, but you know, she got your girl's back and vice versa. And she rooting for y'all, even though she throw a little salt here and there. Now even this though, when I was younger though, I used to think Gina looked way better than Pam. Now that I'm older, Pam looked way better than Gina. I'm sorry. Pam looked way better than Gina, and I recognize it, and I should have recognized it back then when I was a kid, but I was a kid, so forgive me, y'all. Also the running joke of Tommy not having a job. You ain't got no job, man. And Tommy always be like, I gotta go to work. Always super secretive, not telling people where he worked. I remember the episode where they tried to find out where Tommy was working at, and they thought he was in there being a male stripper. And Martin in there, my dog is shaking ass for cash. I'm like, oh my God, boy, that was crazy. But man, the one-liners in the show, even the fact that Martin was, okay, I'm a communication major, right? So I had my own radio show. So I imagined myself being Martin on WZUP. First of all, the show was, what's up? Like that is just black culture. That's how we be playing with each other when we see each other. And to this day, like when Tommy used to greet Martin, what's up, dog? My godmother greets my mother like that when she see her. What's up, dog? And we be dying laughing because we used to watch the show so much. You know, they got it from the show, but that's they show the genuine relationship of the bond between black people. When they meet each other, when they see each other, they be happy to see each other. And it showed through Martin and Tommy's friendship. Also the chemistry between Tisha Campbell and Martin. Now we all know with some extra stuff going on behind the scenes, you know, that caused the show to get canceled or get the show to get cut. But I mean, on screen, it looked great. It looked beautiful. The optics were beautiful on screen, man. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But some of them episodes, man, like when Martin, I think when his CD player got stolen and he got to dressing up like he was on New Jack City with the fake dog, I always talk about how black people, we be over the top. We be over the top when we be doing stuff. And that man brought out the fake dog and acting like he finna get Tommy and them if they don't come up with his CD player. That was funny. And then with the episode when the little boy Martin thought he had a son, and the boy, I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. That was hilarious, boy. I remember that like it wasn't nothing, man. But yeah, man, this show just it was comical. Martin had all these different characters. Like I said, Dragonfly Jones, Jerome. Like Jerome come in, I say Jerome. That man coming in all crazy. And I think it was an episode where they went to the Players Ball. And y'all know, all the players came to the Players Ball. Like that, I said, man, that's dope. Then they had Biggie on the show. They had all different type of artists all on the show. They had Bushwick Bill on the show before. Like they had all different type of celebrities, and that made it dope, man. And again, Martin had a show, the radio station called What's Up, and he come in, What's up, What's up. I thought that was so cool, man. And Martin was stylish too. He was stylish with the jackets, with the different colors in his jackets and the Malcolm X jackets and stuff like that. I thought he was fly, man. He had the fade. He was clean, man. And me being an aspiring journalist and being in the media, I looked at that like, man, Martin was doing his thing, man. He was elevating, he was growing. And then you had the characters always giving him a hard time, like Stan and all of them and everything. But all in all, man, the show was it was a great show. It was entertainment at its finest. And yeah, man, I just can't remember. I can imagine when it first aired how people was like taking to it. Especially the second season. Second season when it really got popping. That second season too, man, it started really getting popping, man. But yeah, I think people just relate to this show a lot because there are characters in the show that we all can, I guess, pull out of our own lives and say, you know, I know somebody like that. I know somebody like that. Like the mama, like people have their mamas. People be having issues in their real life with a mama. Don't like the girlfriend like Martin's mama didn't like Gina, called her old waterhead girl. And first of all, the Pastor P's like we used to do. The Pastor P's song. And Pam got to singing her heart out singing that. I was dying. Or the episode when Gina got her head stuck in a headboard. And they had to try to get it off, man. All them crazy episodes, it was just crazy. Matter of fact, my mama, to this day, right? Now I got my Kappa Alpha Psi letters on, right? You know, they call it pretty boys of KSI. But anyway, I ain't no pretty boy though. But anyway, my mother used to always call me Pretty, because I used to be brushing my hair all the time, trying to get the waves. She used to call me Pretty Ricky Fontaine. And Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Pretty Ricky was a character played by Miguel Nunez on The Martin Show. It was somebody that Martin grew up with. So when he saw, when Martin saw him, he wanted to impress. Martin wanted to show him that, look, I one-upped you in life. I got my own radio show. I'm doing big things. I got a beautiful woman. And in this episode, Gina happens to have like an allergic reaction to some food. And she comes to the class reunion looking all crazy. And it was just, it was crazy, man. Martin and Pretty Ricky was cracking jokes back and forth on one another. That was dope. But my mama be calling me Pretty Ricky all the time. She called me that from when I was a kid, brushing my hair, trying to get the waves right and all of that. So yeah, man, I think this show was just, it was comical, man. It was comical. And yeah, I think it brought that element of a person or an actor dressing up as different characters and selling it to the audience and selling it well, man. I love Martin. I love it. I love it. The Jamie Foxx was another show I love too, for real, for real. And Jamie was holding it down because I feel like Jamie was really the strong point on the show. And he was doing so many things to just, he was the best actor on the show and he was just doing so many things to keep the show going. So I thought it was dope. But I think Martin had a great supporting cast all in all that contributed to the show being as good as it was. And I think had Martin and Gina, had Martin and Tisha Campbell not had them issues, I think the show would have went on for much longer than what it did, probably, man. Oh, first of all, that episode when I think it was like a fake, what was it, like a fake rat or something like that, when they went on the island or whatever, and they was trying to, Martin trying to wrestle with the little fake rat or whatever. He doing an elbow drop, the people's elbow on the rat and all that. It was crazy, man. But yeah, man, I love that show. So y'all let me know what y'all think about the Martin Show, how y'all felt about it. If y'all love it like I loved it, if y'all found it entertaining, if it was all right, if you felt like some other shows were better, y'all drop it in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. Peace.